What are you doing?
Making chocolate pudding.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Why on earth are you making chocolate pudding?
Because I've lost control of my life.
If you grew up watching the Rugrats like me, it's crazy to think that we now relate more to the adults in the show and not the kids. I love how Rugrats didn't just focus on the babies. The show extended to the adults in the kids' lives and how their experiences were connected. In this video, I'm going to be analyzing one of those adults, Tommy's dad, Stu Pickles.
Betty, a thief? That's an absurd proposition! You're an absurd proposition!
Welcome to Dial Up Digest. If you're new here and are also into 90s and 2000s nostalgic content, consider hitting that subscribe button to join our trips down memory lane every Thursday. Let's start off this character analysis by taking a look at Stu Pickles' signature look. Stu Pickles had wild blue hair, he wore a tie and blazer every day, even though he worked from home, but he still kept it casual with a pair of 90s blue jeans. And
What are those?
brown shoes. Right from the get-go during the series premiere, Stu is portrayed as a loving and well-intentioned father. To celebrate his son's first birthday, he built him a high-tech toy. Stu was very passionate about his career.
Here, let me show you.
He spent his days inventing toys in his basement with the goal of making the next big thing in the toy industry. Stu took pride in coming up with unique features for his toys, but he sometimes couldn't compete with other bigger companies. This made him insecure and a little overdramatic.
My Patty Pants doll is at least 6 months away from realistic diaper rash, and this one's available for immediate delivery. I'm ruined!
Stu didn't just invent toys though. He built a security camera for his front door, he made a sprinkler system, an automatic plunger. He invented gadgets to make life easier, safer, and to just have more fun. Through it all was his patient wife, Dee Dee. The couple had a pretty solid relationship. She supported her husband's career, and he supported her when she decided to go back to school. Dee Dee always tried to be fair about his inventions, no matter how crazy they seemed.
Stu, if hippos were meant to fly, they wouldn't weigh 3,000 pounds.
But at the same time, she also wanted a more stable income for her growing family. At one point, Dee Dee suggests Stu gets a job while he also works on his inventions.
Indeed, an inventor of my stature can't be worried about petty financial details. My mind has to be free to create.
Stu had a background in sales, so he was able to get a job selling lard. You could tell Stu was not excited to work a 9-to-5. He agreed to the job because he wanted to support his family, but it wasn't his passion. So when things started to look up with his latest invention, he quit. I think Stu was a little obsessed with inventing things.
The screws just don't fit. I mean, too many wing nuts.
Stu, honey, I'm worried about you. I think you've been working too hard lately.
I can tap anywhere and just get in an electric board.
Aside from inventing toys all day for work, in his free time he would invent some more things. Stu overworked himself to the point where it led him to developing a sleepwalking problem.
Yeah, I guess so, Ramona.
Ramona? Who's Ramona?
Stu's parenting style differed a lot from his strict work ethic. With Tommy and Dill, he was pretty easygoing. One time when Tommy helped make a table fall on a prospective investor for Stu's company, he just shrugs it off. He didn't even get the slightest bit angry. Stu meant well, but he wasn't good at keeping an eye on Tommy. Thanks to Tommy's knack for gadgets, likely inspired by his father, him and his friends were able to escape time and time again. At least Stu tried building better playpens to stop them though. Stu was always trying to build a toy Tommy and his friends would love. Unfortunately, the babies never quite appreciated his inventions the way he thought they would. Personality-wise, aside from being ambitious and creative, Stu was also pretty stubborn.
No, it's definitely herb.
Are you sure?
Stu, it's not important. Keep reading.
This bitter... You know, Dee, a lot of people do say herb.
He was rude.
Why do you always lose your keys, dagnabbit?
Why do you always talk like a prospector when you're aggravated?
Conflabbit.
Stu was best friends with Chaz since childhood. Their friendship dynamic mirrored the one Tommy and Chucky had. Stu and Tommy were more bold while Chaz and Chucky were more on the anxious side. Stu and Chaz got along much better than Stu and his brother Drew. The brothers constantly argued about trivial old feuds from when they were kids.
I only bent the handlebars a little, and that was on account of what you did to my skateboard. Skateboard!
Drew also ridiculed Stu about his more humble finances.
You barely make ends meet now. You got no insurance, no savings, and another kid on the way.
Drew's tough love was a little harsh, but he did have a point. Stu wasn't the best inventor, and his decision-making skills were sometimes questionable.
Stu, what have you done? This is my eau de joie perfume, $150 an ounce.
Well, it worked.
No, it didn't. Now he just smells like a skunk who's getting ready for a hot date.
Other than tech, Stu was a fan of baseball, football, and liked watching cartoons like the Dummy Bears.
This is my husband.
Randy Carmichael? Randy Dummy Bear Carmichael? It's an honor, sir. A real honor. I just love your show.
Fun fact, Stu's character was based on the show's creator, Gabar Chupo. Therefore, Stu was an ambitious family man, but he was still a kid at heart. He was passionate about inventing and didn't want to conform to the societal norm of working a 9-to-5. His unstable income meant he didn't have a lot of money, but because he worked from home, he had the flexibility to dedicate more time and attention to his family. He dreamed of bringing a toy to the market that would stimulate the mind and imagination of kids.
Gee, Drew, do you really think this will stimulate a small kid's imagination? I mean, what does it do? Where are the batteries?
Watching the show, we had the advantage of seeing both perspectives, Stu's and the baby's. Stu's heart was in the right place, but he failed to see the world from a baby's point of view. He made toys that he thought were fun, but they were often too advanced. They were kind of creepy too. Ironically, it was the simple things that sparked the curiosity of the babies, like a cardboard box or the drain in the bathtub. Stu's strict work ethic came at a price. Thankfully, those in his social circle were honest with him and always had his back. So what do you think of Stu? What was your favorite Stu Pickles moment? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and check out the rest of my Rugrats character analysis videos right here. Until next time, my friends, dialing out.